Hello, everyone, and welcome to the SMT Podcast, Staying Motivated Together. I am so excited. This is our first podcast, and we are going to be talking about motivation, happiness, inspiration, the whole thing. I'm Shadae, and
I'm Monty, sorry.
And I am TK.
Sorry, we're super excited. This is our very first episode, and we want you guys to get to know us a little bit. So, I am the S, and I'm going to be doing Shade's space. So, a little bit about me. I am 20-something.
Need a little water.
And I...
Ladies don't reveal their age. That's a secret.
I know. But I was born and raised in Jamaica, and I came to the U.S. When I was 17. Ended up joining the Air Force, and I was able to meet so many awesome people, including these two here. And they decided that they wanted me to be a part of this podcast, and I am all about motivation. So, I mean, you guys can tell them how we all got to be.
Ebony and Ivory, baby.
You want to go first? I'll take
no, first.
So, yeah, I'm Monty. 30s. Below 30 rounds. High 30, low 30. Let you guess. I'm originally from Bronx, New York. You could probably hear it sometimes in my accent. Sometimes my accent apparently left me from what everyone says back home. I also joined the military. Facts. And it's been a roller coaster ride so far. Big facts. So Terrell and I met 9 years ago?
Yeah, about 9 years ago.
9 years ago, roughly?
Yeah,
and I think maybe the last 4 years we've been kicking out the idea maybe of like doing podcasts or doing Twitch or YouTube or something. And I think I just got to the point in my life where I was just like, I'm 30-something. Let's make it happen. I'm not getting any younger. My hips and my bones and my knees are starting to tell me that. So it's an indicator that I need to maybe start sitting down and talking rather than going out and working. So that's kind of how we started. I'll let Terrell take the rest of it.
Come on, man. You know you're not going out and working.
I don't.
We sit and work. That's what we do.
Keyboard warrior.
I go out there and work.
Don't let it fool you.
Because I'm the, young, strong one, right?
So we're not going to talk about my age because I'm older than both of these kids here.
Grandpa.
That's what I get a lot, that I'm a grandpa. But I'm definitely not a grandpa. But basically, Monty came to me, was like, hey, man, I've been doing a podcast. I think you have a YouTube channel.
Yep, do have a YouTube channel.
Motivational Monty, right?
Yep.
And I have a YouTube channel, TK Sketches, where I do art. I'm an artist. I like to draw. And he came to me and we're like, hey, man, let's put this thing together. Basically, he said, what do you think? I was in NCOA. That's a professional development course, leadership course, basically, in the Air Force. And I was like, yeah, cool. Let's go ahead and do it. And that's where we are now. We got together. I thought about Shadae here. I think she has an anchor channel. She had an anchor channel.
Yes. I was doing my own podcast, and then I kind of moved over to YouTube for something a little bit lighter. So I'm just on there playing around. But yeah, he brought the idea to me, and I'm like, oh, now.
Yeah. So here we are, SMT. The way we came up with SMT was we used the initials in our names, obviously, and we did something that we were passionate about. I'm passionate about bringing people together. He's passionate about motivation. He's always putting up motivation speeches at work.
Yeah, all about that life. A lot of it, though, came from, I think, from my background as a kid from the Bronx. Sometimes New York isn't the best place sometimes. And then when we used to work at the dorms, we have a lot of young people who are 18, 17, first time living out their mom and dad. And they're looking for someone or people to help them out. And that's kind of where a lot of that itch came from.
That's where Ebony and Ivory came from.
Big facts.
That's what we like to call ourselves.
I like that, Ebony and Ivory. It's cute, I guess.
Don't be jealous.
But yeah, and I I wanted to do what I like to call Shadae space, and I talk about peace, inner peace mostly, because I have a lot of experience with not having peace, and I realized that just going for that mindset where nothing really gets you off center too much, that's what I want to go through this with you guys. We can all learn about it together. I think it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really good too. We have a lot of good news on the docket for you guys. That it's gonna be really interesting. If you watched our trailer video, we talked about our mission statement and our vision statement. And we don't want to be an ordinary motivational speaking channel. We want to do more than that.
Yeah, because I can speak for myself. I can be a hot mess, but I've come a long way, and I want us to be real on here and kind of talk about our stuff and really just make this podcast about us on a journey together and helping other people at the same time.
And we all have different perspectives. I mean, I come from a very big city, come from the cornfields, come from an island.
From the islands.
I'm from Nebraska, and that's always been an ongoing joke. There's no cornfields in Nebraska where I'm from. I'm from Omaha.
Husker, whatever. Corn husker.
But here we are, and we're going to talk about understanding our whys. Why did we do this? We all are passionate people, and what we want to do is help you, the viewer, and also to, in turn, helping you is helping ourselves. Practice what you preach, right? That's something that I've always said to my troops. Growing up, she was one of my troops.
I know. I was his little baby. I'm growing up, guys.
She was one of my airmen. Now she's an NCO, which is great. But it took trips. It took things that you had to do to get there, right? A lot of hard work. You had to understand your why. And that's what we want to bring to you today. So the topic is understanding your why today.
Yes, so like he said, understanding your why, that's the foundation for doing anything in life, really. Like, why are you going to go out and go for this job? Why are you going to go out and, make these relationships? What is your mission statement? I could say on understanding your why is like, what's your mission in life? So if you guys want, I can talk about a little bit about my why, which is peace. It sounds very simple, just peace. People could say, okay, it's just not having turmoil. But for me, peace is a mix of, I had it written down here, it's a balance of joy and stillness. So in my life, getting a little deep. I have a lot going on sometimes, and a lot of times I just want to have a moment of stillness and have that continue throughout my life, make that a routine to not always have something going on in my life. So I'm going to be going through, peace in my job, peace in relationships, so whether that be friends or family, and even in my parenting, how I'm going to make that a space of peace.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
I know it's hard, but that's why we're here, right? We're gonna work through it and help each other get there. What is your why, Monty?
So my why, so many whys. So for me, one of the reasons why I wanted to do the podcast or start this podcast was to inspire, right? I feel like sometimes, you can hear like the you go on YouTube and you can put this motivation or something like that, and they'll give you motivational clips and stuff like that. But sometimes the people you might listen to seem like celebrities, right? And the people that you might not know or see as everyday people. So for me, my biggest inspiration was when I was in the 6th grade, I think it was. 6th grade, yes. Carlos Torres was the teacher's name. Puerto Rican, just like myself, from the Bronx, just like myself. This guy was thinking and talking about things that were outside of New York, right? I was just a street kid. I just thought I was going to kind of live in the same block and die on the same block. I just thought that was my block. Like, I was never leaving my block. I was going to grow up with the same friends, and I was going to probably date some girl around my block, and that was it, right? And he talked about bigger stuff, bigger scopes. And so I was like, this dude's talking about crazy things, right? Talking about things that outside of New York just made me just think bigger, think larger. And he really pushed me and motivated me to do more. So even to this day, I still have a book he gave me when I graduated, about a football player graduating and taking on the new world in a sense.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, this dude was amazing. So he inspired me, so I kind of always wanted to inspire the people back the same way he inspired me. So if I can, even if one person hears this and it's like, oh man, that dude Monty is similar to me, or whatever he's talking about motivates me, then hey, I did my job. That's my why.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out to Carlos.
Yeah, that's crazy. For him to have an impact on you.
Yeah, Mr. Torres.
6th grade, I don't even remember my 6th grade teacher.
I actually reached out to his daughter a few years back.
Oh,
Yeah. You know how we got Facebook now and all these. So I have you know how schools have school pages.
Yeah.
Found her through there and like talked to her. And she's actually being a teacher, or she's actually going to school to being a teacher. So I told her that she'll be an amazing teacher like her dad.
That's awesome.
So my why is simple. It's really basic. I'm a simple type of guy. I'm just a simple dude. The way I move, the way I live is simplistic. These guys can tell you that. I do move with a purpose, but inside joke.
He said he moved with a purpose. He walks fast, you guys.
Yeah, you gotta walk fast to make people think that you're on a mission, right? When you're walking up and down the halls in uniform. So, my why is just basically my family. My family is my why. I just recently lost my mother suddenly about a couple of months ago. And it's always been about family. One of her last words to me when I seen her before she passed away, got really sick, was I surprised her and she said, "Oh man, all the boys are back in town." She was the only female in the family. She had to put up with all us little kids, but she was happy that the family was back together again. And that was her, like, really her last, like, really good feeling before she passed away. So my why is taking care of my little bro who's autistic. We're two peas in a pod. I've always taken care of him. I've put some pictures on Instagram, TK Sketches, at TK Sketches. You can see those pictures. He's autistic. A lot of people don't understand that. So he's the main reason of my why I'm doing stuff like this, to bring awareness to people with autism, but also to bring people together. You're not alone if you went through some type of grief. You're not alone if you have to deal with somebody with a disability of some shape, form, or fashion. So that is my why. That's what powers me. Those things and bringing people together. I love sitting here with these guys. I've been excited starting up this podcast, and we're finally recording.
Yes.
And this is a good feeling. But not only that, but having you, the viewer, here with us. So what I want you to do for a quick second is to think about your why. Think about it deeply. Don't just throw any why out there that's not going to motivate you or bring you passion of some sort. Think about that why. A lot of people can say, well, my why is my girlfriend, my wife, my husband. Those are all good whys, but just think internally. It doesn't have to be those things. It could be something small. Your why is you, and that's what you need to accomplish your goals and your dreams, which we're going to be talking about a lot here.
Yeah, I think it's super important too that your why is an internal thing, because fortunately spouses, boyfriend, girlfriends, family, people come and go. Friendships come and go. So if that person is your why and that person leaves, now what? Right? Now you got to figure out your new why. When your why should have been yourself. Not to be selfish, but let's be honest. It should be, okay, what makes you happy? What makes you as an individual happy? And that's kind of how you figure out, life, right? You're like, hey, I'm happy with this, and everything revolves around myself, right? If people come and go out of my life, cool. If they come and go, we'll cherish the moments we have together, and then when you're gone, I'll miss you when you're gone. But my life continues. So I think a big thing is, having your why being related to who you are as an individual.
I get that. I really resonate with that. And I think your why then starts to stem out into different things. So you got to start with yourself. and then what your true purpose is, that will come out.
It's like the heart, right?
Yeah.
It's the heart. And then, the heart powers the body, the mind.
Well, if you ever take a flight, right, where they give you the whole, hey, if the mask falls because the plane's crashing, right? What do they say? Put your mask on first. Right? Before you help anyone else put their mask on, their oxygen mask, put your oxygen mask on first. So, that's how it is in life. You got to put your own oxygen mask on first. Can't help everyone else if you're dying inside.
So it's perfect that you said that. So I broke up why into an acronym. The W in why is what are you doing? Basically, what are you doing in your life right now to make your life better? You have to think about that. The H is helping yourself. We want to help others, but just like Monty said, when that mask comes down in the airplane, God forbid that ever happens to anybody. We don't want to scare anybody flying here or anything.
Okay, Monty with the dark examples.
I'm just saying.
But the why is helping yourself. You have to help yourself. If you help yourself, therefore you can help others. As selfish as it may sound, it's not really selfish. You have to make sure you're in a good mental state, physical state, social state, and spiritual state. And spiritual, let's just go ahead and air that out right now. Doesn't mean that you have to be religious. Spiritual is what is rooted in you, whether that's in higher power or the universe, whatever that may be. And then the why is you. Your why has to be about you. It has to be about
snaps for this. That was so poetic. I like that.
It does. Like, it simply has to be about you. And if you can break understanding your why down into these acronyms, these 3 letters, I think you can come up with a solution to what you want to do, what you want to be in life, and where you want to get to. For sure.
And that's just the first step.
And that's just the first
easy
step.
Enough, right?
That's just the first step. It's hard. It sounds easy, but very hard.
It is very hard. And don't feel guilty if it doesn't take you an hour and an hour, I know my why. Like, no, it might take you a day, a couple days, a week, maybe a month. It takes a minute. It's a very easy question to ask yourself, but a very deep question to ask
took me years. What are you talking about?
Well, then it might take
me years to figure out my why. I just, recently figured out my why. So, I could say a lot about my why.
See, I'm currently in the figuration of my why. I had a why. The why done changed. It went from a capital Y to lowercase y.
Oh, no.
So now I'm trying to figure out why this new lowercase y is my thing.
That's the beauty about life, though, is life isn't supposed to be simple. As simple as we want it to be, it's not supposed to be. It's a test each and every day. And the way to beat that test is to start off with these little things that we're going to talk about within this YouTube channel, on this show. Like I said, we want to give you the blueprint, basically, to be successful in life and to be able to accomplish, tackle those obstacles that you may have.
Exactly. And guess what, you guys? You can interact with us on the podcast, on the YouTube channel. Tell us your why. Tell us, how you're figuring out your why. If you haven't figured it out yet, tell us what you're struggling with. We want to connect with you guys. That's a part of our mission statement, is to bring togetherness so we can all tackle this stuff together.
Agreed. Hop on those social handles. We're going to put it in this video and in the description. Yeah. Somewhere down there. We're going to put it in there just so you guys can connect with us. Like we said, we want this to be, we want to develop a community of positive, like-minded people, because we will empower each other. And that's what it's all about, is the empowerment.
Yeah, it's a community, thing. We're facilitating. We're not talking to you guys. We're not dictating the conversation in a sense. Like, if you guys have your reason why, then share those reasons why. You can help us find our reasons why. Hey, maybe, Monty, you finding out your why right now? Read this book. It's a good book. Or, hey, this is what I went through. For sure. Maybe you can follow that path, and I'll, shout you out if you help me out there. Yeah. But,
So the word of today, we're going to go ahead and pause right there, and then we're going to bring this all together, is flourish. So I have it written here. Once you understand your why, you can begin to flourish in what it is that you want to do and become. on this journey that we're going to take together. So use that word, write it down in your journals, write it down somewhere, think about it internally. But once you understand your why, you can flourish. And that's what we want you to do right now, here, in this moment together.
We'll give you a few minutes if you need to learn how to spell flourish. I'm not a good speller either, so.
How do you spell flourish?
See? I knew somebody was going to have it.
Flourish.
Okay.
I probably would
So
have
it's
put.
like flower.
That's probably what I would have wrote, or like
Flower-ish.
fish, flower fish.
But that's.
But I like that.
Yeah.
Flourish. It's like you are shining. You're getting out there. Once you understand it, you start moving with a purpose.
Oh, heck yeah.
So like when I flourish, that means like I know why I'm doing this,
Yeah, exactly.
and I start looking like it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, man.
Sure.
Start walking fast like Kel's over here. Oh my god.
You gotta walk with the purpose.
Oh, yeah.
People won't bother you if you walk with the purpose. If you don't want somebody bothering you, and you walk with the purpose, you walk like a speedster,
Yeah.
you're gonna be A-okay.
I started doing that after
And what happened?
I met him, and like we were going down the hallway, and he was walking so fast, and I'm like trying to keep up with him, and he's like talking, and we're getting business done. I'm like, okay, why do you walk so fast? He's like, the faster you walk, people won't bother you. And you're walking with a purpose.
I think I'm the opposite. I'm trying not to get where I'm going, so I walk slow, and I want people to stop me in the hallway and talk to me. And then by the time I get to my destination, it's like, oh, too late for the meeting. Guess I got to turn back around.
Oh, that's how you do it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
So
putting out
hey,
the
I'm
dirty
learning something
laundry.
here.
Hey, I'm just saying, everyone be like, hey, he was going to the meeting. I saw him. Like, see, I got accountability. I just didn't get to the meeting. That's all.
Maybe I'm getting into those meetings too quick.
Yeah, you can get in there too
Oh,
early.
yeah.
I like to get there late when the meeting's over.
Yeah,
Add my 2 cents. You got anything? Continue on. And I just leave.
So it is very important to know what you're doing, where you're going to get to,
Yes.
where you want to get to, whether that be relationships, like we said, career-wise, and personal. You might be on a spiritual journey, personal journey. Shadae was talking about that too, about her space and peace and stillness and all that, which I think is really like, I didn't think about that. And I think that's really great. I need to sit back and take a page from your book and think about peace and stillness, especially in my life right now with a lot of things going on.
Oh yeah, it helps me to process what I'm feeling, because sometimes I'm having all these emotions and just going about my day, but I don't take a second to understand why I'm feeling that, and it's because there's so much clutter in my mind. So
You know, it's funny that you say that. You know, guys in general, us guys, we don't take time to do that, to feel. We're so cold. I just went through that. Cold as ice.
yeah,
Somebody who was my best friend, I had to get the mission done, obviously, for my father and my brother and all those guys. But, you know, afterwards, everybody's like, dude, you need to cry. Like, you haven't shed a tear. And that was like your homegirl, like my mom, obviously. But that was like your best friend. And it was hitting me in certain areas. But what really came full circle was it hit my dad like a ton of bricks. He did the same thing that I did, but then it hit him later, and he's calling me up while I'm at NCOA, bawling in tears. Oh, we got, as guys, we have to get in tune with our emotions, and it's okay to cry.
Yeah, we have the delayed reaction.
We have the delayed reaction. Let's stop doing that, guys. Let's, you still can be a man.
Yeah.
And cry, I think.
Yeah, but we're really easy to anger, right? I mean, like, when we get angry, that's immediate.
yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. It's weird. We're very weird.
It's at the forefront, you know?
Anger? Oh, yeah, we can do that all day.
Yeah.
Emotions, like cry? Oh, delayed.
Listen, call me if you want to just have a good cry. I'm always down for a good cry. I don't know why. It's just always like something happy, something sad, whatever it is. You want to cry? I'm right there for you.
Stop.
Okay.
But yes, but the why really unlocks a lot of potential in you. Because a good example is that, right? Like if you have an incident where someone passes away and you don't have a why at that moment, you might just fall into a deep hole, right? Oh my God, the person passed. How am I gonna manage now? How's my life gonna change? And you start getting to this staircase of this downward, right? Where you have that why, like, well, this is why we're doing this. This is why I have to be here. This is why it has to get done. I'm here for other people, right? Now you're the pillar for your parents, or your pillar for your coworkers or your friends or whatever. And that's your why now. And then you just, boom, okay, cool. I got to do this. I got to do that. So you get your why. Yes, you have to have that moment for yourself to take your time out and, deal with your own emotions.
Breathe.
Breathe. But yeah, once you know your whys, your world becomes so much more unbothered in a sense, right? I know for us, especially being in the military sometimes, very competitive at times, right? Or any career, right? Any business world is very competitive. People are very petty. People are jealous. There's haters, right? People are always watching you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when you know your why and you're comfortable with your own skin, basically, or in your own skin, those things don't matter to you. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if Matt from down the hallway doesn't like me. I'll be like, okay, cool. I can say hi to Matt, or shake his hand, whatever. It doesn't bother me, right?
You're already doing your best.
Yeah,
you're already
Exactly.
on your journey. You don't
Right.
care about Matt or Sally or whoever. You want to care about them because, those are your people, but you don't care that they're being competitive. You're competing with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's very important. Competing with yourself. And we'll probably touch on this later on in our episodes, but we often want to compare ourselves against the people that we look up to and others, especially in the day and age of social media. It's here. Social media is here, and that is fine. That's okay.
Yeah.
But we often fall into that trap of comparing ourselves with one another, and we shouldn't be doing that. It should be you comparing yourself against yourself so you can set goals and move forward.
Oh, yeah. I like to say, am I better than the Shadae of yesterday?
Exactly.
And if I'm not, then that means I'm not moving forward.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually have that on my whiteboard on my refrigerator.
Really?
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Every day is another opportunity to be better than yesterday.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are going to go ahead and wrap it up here. We are going to go into TK's Corner, and what I'm going to do is sum this up for you guys. So I'm going to take the airspace here if you guys don't mind.
Sure.
And we're just going to wrap up everything that we talked about, starting off with Shadae. She talked about peace, stillness. You have to have that in your life to go ahead and get through your why each and every day. If you are at peace within yourself, you are able to accomplish so much out there that you are here to do. Monty talked about other topics such as dealing with grief and how that can become a pillar in your why. I believe that it doesn't have to be tragedy to be a pillar in your why, but that just shows how much more powerful that you are. You might not believe you're strong in that certain space, in that certain instance in your life, but when those things hit you, come at you sideways, you're able to power through that because you are powerful. You're a powerful person. You just need to learn how to tap into that. And understanding your why helps you tap into those things. Lastly, the acronym WHY. Basically, remember what you're doing. Next thing is helping yourself. And the next thing is you. It has to be about yourself in order to get through any obstacle that you may come across in life. So what I want you to do today is just don't listen to this YouTube channel, these episodes to feel good. What we want you to do is sit down and put these in your journal. Put your why in your journal. Write down that acronym why in your journal. I'm going to do it tonight. These guys are going to do it too in some shape, form, or fashion. And make sure that you understand what you are doing, how you can help yourself, and what it is about you to get through your why. That is all we have today. Do you guys have anything before we sign off?
Welcome to the podcast, guys. I can't say it enough. I'm so excited. This is good stuff, and I can't wait for what we have in store.
Flourish. Write it down.
Write it down. That's the word of the day.
Flourish.
Yeah, flower face.
Thank you for listening to TK's Corner today. You will get the opportunity to get Monty's minutes in here on one episode and
Shade's space. Yes.
coming soon. But what we're going to do is go ahead and sign off, and we'll see you on the next video. Please stay blessed, stay positive, stay motivated, and stay together. We're out.
Bye.
Cool.
Cool.